Okay, I'm going to explain you briefly what is our objective during this week. Okay, we are going to present the reading of unit number 5. It's the last unit of your text. And as we talked about last unit about working, in this case, we are going to analyze the idea of one of the success. Yes, you said, how is the idea of a successful company? You know, you said, oh, probably the quality of the products, probably the co-workers. Remember, work life. So we are going to analyze this with the idea of working together. No? So we are going to explore the theme. We're going to build vocabulary. We're going to use vocabulary. We're going to work with brainstorm and previewing by before reading, understanding the main idea and the purpose, guessing meaning in context, summarizing, and if we have more time for this week or we come on ice for next week, is a critical thinking about evaluating resources by quotes. Okay, some writers tend to use quotes by analyzing or even applying this. Okay, and the reading skills, that is the opinion where you are going to evaluate this part of the reading, it's understanding complex sentences. Okay, so I have already assigned you the task for this Friday. This Friday you are going to be evaluated, especially for this reading that we are going to work together. My suggestion is about reading obtaining, no, in test number 4 for probably if you fail, no, based on that experience, you can work with a reading comprehension test 5. So it means like it's a second option in order to see if you go up or you remain stable or you go down, no, again. So before taking the exam, I think that you get clear with ideas in this reading. It's an extensive reading. It's not just a paragraph. It's an extensive reading that I will suggest that you start doing during these 2 days. And you have to work independently this task. But from you have to analyze, you have to do it. In class, obviously, we're going to provide answers, and some of the questions you probably cannot figure out in this reading analyzing. Okay, so before taking the reading, I suggest you that you get clear with the idea of this reading. Okay, take as much as possible these minutes, no, to analyze vocabulary, to focus on words that probably you can figure out in this reading. But it's the idea that you ask the teacher, no? Miss, I check in the dictionary, but I can figure out exactly the context of this word, no, in this sentence. Okay, so we're going to start. Please, I would ask you to open your book on page 93. And I'm going to ask you, yes, personally, yes, this question. Okay, I'm going to ask you. I know that most of you got with the idea of practicing this. What you can see in the photo. Someone can tell me? Let's start with the basic things you observe. For example, Camila, what do you observe in this photo? There are
Players.
okay, probably they are players. Okay, how many?
Um,
How many?
four.
4 players. They're trying, no, to work harder on this sport, no. And as we can see, no, in the graphic, as we can see in the graphic, they provide you a further explanation. It says four men ball sleigh, no, team prepares for its first run. So they run with this, no, at the 2017 WIBSF World Cup, no, in Australia, obviously. I'm going to point this question to you, and I would like that you honestly tell me how you observe, what is your perception about this question. Do you prefer to take part in team sports or individual sports? Why? First of all, who likes sports? Who love sports? Can you show me a reaction? Okay, Miranda, María Clara, Lucero, okay, Mauricio, Stephanie, María Gracia, Lucia, you like sports, you like to watch or you like to practice sports? Depending, no? Because probably yes. For example, in my case, I just enjoy watching. I have to confess, I just decided to do it, sports. But when you become a mother, sometimes it's difficult, no? When you have a family, sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes the sports became just a second alternative in your free time when you have free time, yes? Obviously, if you love, no? Lucia could tell me, if you love, you could find a solution for this. You need to organize your time better. So if you love, exactly, no? If you love something, you can't stop because you love, no? And considering about this, I would like to listen your point of view about if you like. My question is, I'm going to, for the students who raise hands who love sports, practice sport to be precise, I will ask you, do you prefer to take part in team sports or individual sports? I'm all ears. Let's see. María Clara.
Miss, I think that absolutely team sports, because I like the feeling of having someone by your side and that you have an objective, like we work together for that objective. I don't like an individual sports. I think that it's not what I prefer. So, and I have been playing for like 5 years, so I'm comfortable with playing with people.
Okay, so that is the idea. You feel comfortable. It's the first option, and then you feel like the idea of supporting each other, no, in order to find the target, the objective. Thank you. Good reasons. Lucero, in your case. Lu, say, Lu.
I like individual sports because in team sports, if you fail, and everybody don't confiar in ti después,
Rely on
and
you.
individual
You.
sports. And individual sports, no, it's only by yourself, and if you do something wrong, you try to do your best again, and nobody critiques you.
Good idea. Okay, Lucero point out an aspect. It's a discussion. Okay, anybody can raise the hand and discuss this topic because that is the reach of discussion. She points out good aspect. It says with team sport, probably sometimes you receive the criticize of the players around you or complaints about your performance, or they put you in a situation that you are the guilty. Yes, Lucero, is that what you try to mean? Yes. Okay. What is someone who can comment about this? Have you ever felt that? Have you ever feel that kind of sensation? You say yes, Lucero. What about the rest? I would like to listen. Your opinions, your comments. Hello? You agree, you disagree?
We didn't make her clear.
Okay, Lucero point out that one of the reasons she prefers to do it individual, it's because sometimes when you are in team sports, yes, or in team, in a situation with team, when you did something wrong, people automatically criticize you, assign you the responsibility, treat you in a bad way, and then you receive that kind of whole comments. Do you agree? And that's why Lucero says, I prefer avoid that kind of comments, no? And I'm going to work individual. What is your position about this? It's a good aspect, huh? I really like it because sometimes we feel like that. What is your position about this? Okay, Daniela, we have an opinion here. Danny?
I think it depends on the on the people on your team, because if you are like a real team, they are not going to judge you if you failed in something. For example, in my team, when we fail or something, we were like giving good words to the person who fails to not give up, to make the things right, and not to like lose all your enthusiastic when you fail once, if the game isn't over yet.
Okay, good point. No, what Daniela tried to say is the idea that what means a team? No, a team means that even though you fail, the team it's going to cheer you up, motivate you, encourage. Yes, and obviously, what is the total physical response of the person who did something wrong? Admit, no? And explain to the team, no? Yes, I know it's my fault. Sorry. No? Immediately, it's a total physical response. Maria Clara, another aspect about this.
Miss, I have been in many teams, so I know how it feels like to be screamed, and I have also screamed to another person. But I think that it depends a lot on the person, the player, because I'm not going to criticize the girl that shouts or leave that sport in that way. Uh, some girls don't talk, another girls scream. It depends on the person, but I think that uh, like all mixed in one team helps, because when somebody like screams at you, you become like harder, and I think that makes your game a lot better, because I remember that at the beginning I was so sensitive. I was like, oh, don't scream at me. And later, when my teammate like scream at me, I was like, oh, okay, it's my fault, sorry. And all the team were like together. So I don't think that it's something bad that people like sometimes uh, like the culpe. Mm, I don't think that it's so bad sometimes, because also that it's part of growing in the team mentally. So yeah.
So what you mean it's blame you, yes? People sometimes
Yes.
blame you. You receive that kind of things like it's not exactly a thing, yes? Good aspects that we have been evaluated. Thank you for sharing what was exactly the idea of a team, your personal experience, yes? And one of the aspects also Daniela pointed out is the idea of connection. How well connected are you in your team? No, Miss, but this is not that have a crucial or relevant importance. Believe it or not, that kind of practice train you for a future life activity that is work. Okay, it's the same. Obviously, you will have a boss, as Maria Clara says, that probably demand from you more, and sometimes you can assume that this person is shouting, yelling to you, or treating you in a bad way, and sometimes it was misunderstood, no? um, but Maria Clara also point out a good aspect is the idea that you become stronger, as much as somebody says do it better. You can hard, no, get more, no? We expected more from you, no? I think also trainers ask you to do more, no? Yes, no, if you listen, I don't know, Natalia Malaga, what is your aspect about Natalia Malaga? how there was the idea. Yes. Do you think the players, the volleyball players, complain at all? Some of them, yes. Some of them were like not accustomed to receiving this kind of treatment, as Maria Clara mentioned, no? But others are like, okay, it's like this. What is, I don't know if somebody else would like to comment about this. What is your position? What do you think? It's good when someone motivates you in that way? Or do you think it's better if someone motivates you like, please, can you pass the ball with more? Daniela say, no way, nobody is going to ask you the things like this. Okay, Daniela, please.
For example, in volleyball, it is like an aggressive sport because you need to like to play hard to win. And if your trainer is like, "Oh, honey, you need to be more calm," no way. There's any trainer that treating you like that.
I mean,
Once I used to play in La Vida, so I heard Natalia Mala training the girls, and they love her.
of course.
Even though she screams a lot, because she screams a lot, they love her. They love her, and that is important also to like to match with your trainer.
Mm-hmm. And to understand also, no? To understand how is that. I don't know if somebody else also receive a trainer and ask you about the team. Yes, Lucia, how is the idea of your trainer? Do you think it's good to train in that way, or just with fine, sophisticated words in order not to damage the integrity of the person?
No, I have two trainers. They're kind of different. Both are really specific when they need to tell you something. For example, one of them, if you are, I don't know, overweight or you are doing something wrong, he's gonna tell you just the way it is. He don't have any kind of, I don't know, like sweetness. He's gonna tell you things like the way they are. And for example, on my sport, it's not like, for example, in volley that you have 3 sets and some sort of time. No, you have to do 2,000 meters faster you can. So when we are doing kind of tests or that kind of things that are for the FISA or for some sort of competition, you usually have your trainer behind you, and he's not gonna just like stay there and see you suffering, and no, he's gonna shout to you and tell you everything you need to know. If you're not doing if you're not going as strong as you should be going, he's gonna tell you, he's gonna shout at you. And sometimes I really like just wanna shut all of the people that it's around me. And sometimes when I'm doing my test, I don't really like when people shout to me, and I don't really like when people is looking at me when I'm doing my test. So if it's too much, I go out and like, hey, shut up everyone and let me alone, and then I continue my test because I can't. But usually they are really direct, and well, it's just because of the test or whatever you are doing, because then after they're going to tell you if you are doing a good job, what you need to improve, or it's not like they're bad people, it's just the moment and what they need to do for you to react. Because for example, on my last test, it was a 30-minute test, and I was going like kind of slow because it was controlled and they told us how fast we need to go and how strong we need to go. But at the last minutes, you can go as fast as you want and as strong as you want. But I didn't want to go stronger. So I was like on the same way. And my coach came behind me and shouted me and say, me dijo así como que, niña, reacciona, ¿qué te pasa? Te faltan 2 minutos.
Oh my God.
Horrible. Y yo le dije, o sea, yo no quería reaccionar, yo estaba bien así, pero...
You get blocked, that's it.
Yeah, sometimes it's also like kind of a mind work. You need to work on what you are thinking, and that's what they really try to work on me, because my mind is kind of...
Sure.
It's a problem for me.
Mine works like this, definitely.
The biggest problem for me is usually my mind, what I think and what's happening around my mind and my thoughts. So that's why they are working most on me, but yeah.
Well, I think in all disciplines, as your friends commented, no. Also, Valentina, when you play the guitar, probably also you pass the same, no. As your teacher asks you to demand to put correctly the fingers, no. Sometimes he shout you. Sometimes he corrects you in that way, no. Sorry, just a second. I need to. Yeah. So I think also in soccer, no, I don't know, in basket, in all disciplines, no, the thing is that they train you, and also how to deal with your own reactions, because Lucia's confessed, no, that she has sometimes reactions like, I need time out. It's like burn out. I burn out. I collapse, no. So I need to do this. Go, Steffi. So in all disciplines that you are, no, okay. So thank you for sharing this. And I have a task that I need to divide the class in Jamboard because I need an evidence for discussion. Okay. Thank you for Daniela, the students who participate about this, Maria Clara, Lucia, that point out on situations about this. Okay, so I'm going to ask again for number one, other students, that tell me situations that people work together in groups to make decisions or solve problems. Okay, I'm going directly for some students. And in question number two, I would like to divide the class in groups in order that you create a T-chart about advantages and disadvantages of working together in large groups. Okay, so you are going to see the discussion here in groups. Okay, so I'm going to assign 6 students. So we have exactly, I don't know if you can see, Lucia, can you confirm it if you can see the groups? No yet. So I'm going to stop sharing and then I'm going to share this. Okay, this is your group, okay? Group number one, Daniela, Chiara, Mariana, Alexandra, Micaela, and Lucia. Group number two is Fabiana, Mauricio, Marcelo, Gabriel, Luz, Alexandra. Team number three is Leah, Maria Clara, Claudia, Macarena, Jose Ignacio, and Maria Gracia. And finally, but not least, group number four, it's Lucero, Camila, Valeria, Stephanie, the two Stephanies, but one is not here, and Macarena. Okay, I'm going to put the link about Jamboard discussion. And you are going to write there. So if there are 6, it's suppose we have 6 similarities and 6 differences. No? If the team is with 5 members, 5 similarities, 5 advantages and 5 disadvantages. No similarities, 5 advantages and 5 disadvantages. Okay, so I'm going to assign 3 minutes for this task. Okay, so you have to write there, and then at the end you're going to tell me how was the experience of working together right now. Okay, how was the experience? And then you are going to tell me exactly what is your mood when you work like this. Okay, let's see how it finished, this collaborative work. Okay, so I'm going to assign 3 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm going to ask directly one of the students. Please, could you confirm me that you can see the Jamboard? Yes, thank you so much. I'm going to ask directly some students about question 1 of this discussion, because I need some grades. In what situations do people work together in groups to take or to make decisions or solve problems? No? Tell me situations that people work together. Tell me a situation. Let's see. Valeria, in which situations you can tell me people work together to make a decision or to solve a problem?
In a work group, for example, at the school or at the work.
Okay, at the school for a work, but you are not describing a situation. Describe me the situation.
For example, in the work that we're going to work now, maybe we need to discuss about the topic.
Okay, so in that case, we need to discuss, no, what kind of information we are completing in the teacher. Okay, thank you. Let's see another situation. Macarena Moreno. What other situation you can tell me that people work together just to make a decision or to solve a problem? Tell me a situation.
One situation is when in the hospital, when a man sick go to the hospital and have many problems, and the doctor said what is the principal problem to attend first.
Okay, so how is the idea that everybody works together?
To analyze what is the big risk.
Aha.
Because if the doctors attend other problem, maybe the problem
Okay,
go
so the
bad.
situation is to analyze a case and all doctors get, okay, now I can understand. Okay, doctors get together in order to find a solution or make a decision, no? Which is the priority of the patients.
Yeah.
Thank you, Macarena. Okay.
Mhm.
Luz Andrea, what it could be another situations that you can tell me people work together to make a decision or solve a problem?
In a business company.
Okay, how? How? Tell me as an example. How in a business?
For example, in the part of medical technique, to decide the design of a product or the pub, la publicidad.
Okay, the advertisement. The advertisement of presenting a product to the market. Okay, that it could be a good idea. Gabriel, what it could be another situations that you can give me an example that people work together to make a decision or to solve a problem?
I think for example, an election for a president, no, that people discuss to to make the president, for
Okay,
example.
yes. For example, yes, if I would like, yes, to just to form, no, some leaders, no, I need to get a large number of people who take decision what is the best in order to find the best president, no? Very good. An election campaign, that's what you mean, yes, Gabby?
Yes, an election campaign, for example. No?
Yes, very good. Who can tell me if our first example, what is our first example where we can see work together? That you, at the beginning, since you were babies, what is our first example of working together? Come on, guys. What is our first example since you are babies? Who can tell me? What is the first example you observe since you are babies about working together?
Parents.
Excellent, Jose. No? That is our first example of working together. Your mom, your dad, no? They work together in order to raise you, in order to have these kids alive. They get organized, no? The mother, no, at home, the father at work, and then exchange roles when they are at home, no? Sometimes they assume responsibilities like, for example, at home, my father always throw the garbage. No? Or no, miss, in our case, my father always clean the windows. Okay? Or at home, my mom always cook. No, miss, in my house, no. My mother, no, it's my father. My father is the only one who can cook, and we enjoy when he cooks, probably, no? That is of working together, no? Your parents organize for doing this. Okay, guys, so you have in this Jamboard, I'm going to check exactly your ideas of each team member about what are the advantages and disadvantages. Let's see, number 1 says, we have more ideas and the work is faster, okay, and work is faster, okay. Disadvantages, sometimes group, not everyone.
Miss, please, can you explain me what number of group is in the page?
What number of group? In which group you are? That's why.
No, yo ya sé en qué grupo estoy, pero no sé, o sea, en la página 1 no sé qué grupo es. O sea, no sé si la página 1 es mi grupo o la página
Okay,
2.
obviously, page 1, it's group 1. Page 2, it's group 2. Page 3, it's group 3. And page 4, it's group 4.
Ok, gracias.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, so that is exactly what we are doing. And next class, we're going to cover these questions, okay? I'm going to finish with this, with the vocabulary. I wanted to know what exactly you observed on this page, what these people are doing here in the middle of the page, what they are doing.
Pirámide.
Okay, a pyramid. What kind of pyramid we call this?
Pyramid.
A human pyramid, probably, Camila says. Or a human tower. I don't know if you remember, but last year we observed a terrible situation about this. Yes, I don't know if you remember that experience of last year. Yes? Oh, yes, you remember, no? It was really sad. Everybody got shocked, everybody got nervous, everybody...
In the Olympics, no.
Games, yes, Camila,
Yes.
no? This little girl was trying to do this activity, but a situation happened, no? Okay, Stephanie, probably you were in the toilet. Don't worry, I'm going to show you your team again, no? Steffi, can you confirm me? You are in group number 4. So in the whiteboard number 4, okay? Okay, guys, my suggestion is that you continue these pages, read on page 94, 95. Please, I will ask you tomorrow about this vocabulary presented in this reading. Okay, start by the reading because tomorrow we are going to focus just on the questions of the reading to train you for your evaluation, for your exam. Okay, remember Friday is your exam about this reading. So start with the vocabulary because tomorrow I'm going to call you for participation. Okay, I don't know if you have further questions. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to continue checking about your discussion participation. I'm going to check the 5 answers or the 6 answers depending on the group because today I have the list of who are the students who were present today. Okay, guys, thank you for your attention. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Miss. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.
See you then.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Miss.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Miss.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Jose. Goodbye.